My dear ones, I need to tell you something. I spent decades in this business, managed money for years, watched millions of dollars come and go. And let me tell you, the biggest destroyer of wealth is not the stock market, not interest rates, not inflation. It is the things you accumulate. Meet Sarah and Mike. Same city, same age. Sarah earns $95,000 a year. Mike earns $52,000. By every measure, Sarah is ahead. But when I look at their bank accounts at age 45, what do I see? Sarah has $31,000. Mike has $214,000. How is that possible, you ask? Sarah has a room in her house. In that room sits a treadmill she bought in 2019, a ski set she used twice, a bread maker, a record player, boxes of things put there because someday I might need them. That room and everything in it is not just clutter, my dears. That room is a $200,000 invoice that Sarah never agreed to sign. Today we are going to open that invoice line by line, and when you finish this video, you will never look at your possessions the same way again, I promise you. Now let me tell you the most important idea that nobody taught me in my entire career. Everything costs money twice. The first cost is the price tag. The second cost is everything that comes after. Let us calculate Sarah's treadmill together. Purchase price, $1,200. Annual storage cost. That room is 120 square feet at an average rental value of $18 per square foot. That is $2,160 per year. Maintenance, parts, and electricity over 5 years, $340. Opportunity cost, meaning what that $1,200 would have grown to in 5 years if it had gone into an index fund, $1,980. Total second cost of that treadmill, over $13,000. We call this implicit rent. Every single item you own is occupying space that has real monetary value, whether you are aware of it or not. Your belongings are a silent tenant collecting rent from you every single month. And the treadmill did not come alone. It brought its friends along. The yoga mat, the resistance bands, the protein powder shelf, the mirror, the floor mat, and the gym corner that swallowed the entire room. This is what we call the lifestyle multiplier, my children. A single purchase triggers an entire ecosystem. A boat does not cost $30,000. It costs $30,000 plus a marina slip, insurance, winterization, repairs, fuel, and accessories. And on top of that, the average boat owner uses it only 11 days a year. The real cost? Around $800 for every single day on the water. What is the cost per use? That is the only number that matters. So why do we keep buying things we do not truly need? 2 reasons. Boredom and the staging of success. When we buy something new, dopamine fires. We feel excited, capable, transformed. The person buying a treadmill is not buying a machine. They are purchasing an identity. I am someone who works out. That feeling lasts on average 72 hours. Then the item becomes furniture. Then it becomes clutter. Then it becomes guilt. And here is something neuroscience has confirmed. Visual clutter measurably raises cortisol levels. That is the stress hormone, my dears. Your body physically reacts to piles of things you have not dealt with. Your possessions are not only costing you money, they are draining your mental energy every single day. Your brain keeps a background tab open for every unresolved object in your home. The exercise equipment you feel you should be using. The hobby supplies from a phase you have long moved past. The boxes you have been meaning to sort through since the last time you moved. Researchers call this psychic weight. Every object holds an open loop in your mind. And open loops consume your focus, your creativity, and your capacity to make decisions. Things are not neutral, my dear ones. They are either working for you or they are quietly working against you. So, how do you escape this trap? I have 3 rules I learned across decades in this business. Before every purchase, calculate the true cost per use. Divide the total cost, including storage, maintenance, and opportunity cost, by a realistic number of uses per year. A $300 cashmere coat, worn 60 times a year, comes to $5 per wear. A $1,200 treadmill used 10 times a year, carrying a $2,160 annual implicit rent, costs $336 per session. If the cost per use is higher than the value it gives you, it is not an asset, it is a liability. For every non-essential purchase over $100, wait 24 hours. For anything over $500, wait a full week. This is not about being cheap, my dears. This is about making sure the real you, not the dopamine flooded you, is the one making the decision. You will find that roughly 60% of impulse purchases feel completely unnecessary after a single night of sleep. For everything you already own, ask yourself this one question. If this item broke today, would I replace it? If the honest answer is no, if the very first thing you feel when you imagine it gone is relief, then that item is already costing you more than it is giving you. Sell it, donate it, free up the space, the mental bandwidth, and the implicit rent, and direct that capital towards something that compounds. We were all taught that wealth means accumulation. More things, a bigger house, a higher salary. That is not wealth, my dear ones. That is a very expensive performance. True wealth is optionality. It is the freedom to say no. No to the job you hate. No to the city that drains you. No to the obligation you never chose. Mike did not build $214,000 in savings because he earned more. He built it because he decided what enough looked like and stopped paying for everything beyond it. I look at that room of Sarah's. If she rents it out for $900 a month and puts the difference into investments, in 20 years she will have an extra $520,000. Not by working harder, by owning less. The question I want you to carry with you today is this: what are you storing that is quietly invoicing your future? Take a walk through your home this week, not to judge what you own, but to ask whether what you own is earning its place in your life. Because every item you let go of is not just space reclaimed. It is a decision given back to you. It is a future left open. And that, my dear ones, is worth more than anything you could ever buy.